All right. Well, hello there. Welcome back to the two-stroke turbo channel. There's only one. If you're familiar with this channel, I highlight some special cars, usually the micro version. That's the kind I like. I like them small, like them petite, and very lightweight. And that would sum up what this 1958 Berkeley SE 328 is. It's a lightweight car. It weighs 600 pounds, I think, with an engine. This one doesn't have an engine currently. And I wanted to go through this car. It is time to restart the project, to bring it back to life. I'm getting serious now. I've had this thing for a few years, and I did a bunch of body work on it. If you guys recall from when I first got the car, the hinges, somebody sat on the door, and of course it's fiberglass, and these broke out, both of them. The door wouldn't shut or open. It was kind of a mess. I'm going to open the door here. There we go. And if you look inside here, I don't know if I can show you in there, I had to reinforce the hinge area. The door now shuts and opens fine, except that I've got tape from when I did the body work. Let me just prove to you how well the door doesn't open now because it's on the lift. So there appears to be a little bit of a sag, convertible cowl drift is what they call that. Anyhow, the door does work when the car is resting on its feet. Speaking of resting on its feet, I want to point out some things about this car as we get started so you guys can itemize and let you know how rough this car really was. When I got this car, this wasn't here. I reformed this piece. There was no hood, but I have remnants of the hood, which is this piece, I believe. That's part of the hood. I don't know. It came with the car. I'm assuming this car had a different engine because of the mounts that are there. Let me set this to the side. I want to save that for the contours in case I need to redo a hood. And if you look close, these are wide 5 wheels. The brake drum is right behind this hub. And if you notice, 1 tab, 2 tabs, 2 of the 5 tabs are missing. So it's pretty dangerous. I do have a new brake drum with new ears on it, but even that, like if you think about the leverage and the torque and the torsion of racing one of these cars back in the day on these flimsy little wide 5 wheels, whoo, don't know. Just looking at the car here, you'll notice that some of the, what was a motor mount and was part of the structure is now rotten. So the aluminum or steel that has been riveted and attached to the frame is no longer. This mount, which is a differential mount, is completely knackered. There are additional mounts here, one on the left, one on the right, which I believe supported a Panhard engine. Panhard would be 850cc dual opposed, 2-cylinder, horizontally opposed, about 80 horsepower. I don't understand how they got it, the drive mechanism. I don't know if they used the transmission. The joints, the CV joints, or what I would call U joints, appear to be in good shape. They don't have any play in them. They have grease zerks on the yoke and then also on the joints themselves. I thought I saw one here. I did see one here. I'm going to go through and grease those and make sure those are good. I'm rebuilding the differential now, but there's so much stuff wrong with this car. All this wiring has to go. I don't know where any of these wires go. There was an aftermarket voltage regulator, it looks like, a couple of ground straps. The steering box is no longer attached to the cross member, so when you turn the steering wheel, the whole box is flimsy. I did put a new master cylinder on, but I believe the rear brake line is clogged or pinched off. I've got to figure that out. And these are the 2 throttles for the dual carburetors. I believe maybe the chokes, I'm not sure. A lot of stuff. So this is the beginning point. This car is getting stripped down. We're going to get serious about this. Here we go. So going to take out everything in the car that doesn't need to be and rebuild it back better than ever. There's a gas line and an electrical line that go through that rocker. It's kind of all this wiring. I'm not going to take it out, but it's pretty bad. And the steering wheel is going to get replaced. Got to just keep working on it until we get something that's usable. I do have an engine in mind. It's probably not what you have in mind. I'm going to wait till it arrives to make sure it fits. There's just not a lot of room. Everybody's like, why don't you put a 4-cylinder in here? It is so tight. This is really, really difficult to get a normal size engine unless you cut the car all up. I don't want to do that. I'd like to keep it looking somewhat like a Berkeley. It will stay front wheel drive, unfortunately, but that's just the way it's designed. There is a picture here of when I got the car, or actually before I got the car. Do you notice these vents behind the wheel houses? I have filled those in. That's typically for racing. The car would lift off the track if it didn't have those. That lets air flow in and out. So the trunk area is all sealed. I have reinforced and rebuilt. This was all broken. This could be a back seat, I suppose. I don't know. It will be very comfortable. Even the driver and the passenger basically are sitting on the floor. But I do have this, which is very great. I can put the straps and or seat belts there. So let's get working on it. We're going to strip it down, take out the stuff we don't need or can't foresee. We do have basically a good body shell for 57 Berkeley 328 SE, and I'm super excited about that. So this is the beginning of the project. Stay tuned, will you? We'll see how this comes out.